This is Dirty CV, and we have got Random here. How are you doing?
What's up, man? I'm good. How are you?
I'm not bad, actually. Yeah. We're looking forward to rock the party tonight and that. We just saw you at Soundcheck. You were looking really, really good.
Yeah, it's looking terrible. I agree. No, I'm joking. Yeah, it's good. It's looking good. Man.
You know, you've got to big up yourself, you know. You're a talented young chap.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I'm bigging you up, you got to big me up, so it's a favour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Massive props to you, obviously. You know what I mean? You got this interview game on Smash. I see your interview with, who was it, the Prince the other day, man. I was looking really impressive.
That's right.
Yeah, man, the Prince, and you was there in the wedding. Like, that was...
Well, this is it, you know.
I was
there when they consummated their kind of situation
that's the
before
kind
that ring went on the finger.
That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of level we got it at right now, man. Interview game's at 100 right now. Definitely.
So you're like this new protege in music at the moment.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's a bit too... I'm not good with, like, heights. Yeah.
No, that's good. You've got a mix of different styles of music, and you kind of merge them together.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, started out doing grime, like loads of other MCs and whatnot. I even had a little label, and I signed like a bunch of artists like Chipmunk and all that, and had Wiley and all them, not Tiny and all that, come to the studio. But then one day I was like, I don't know, I want to learn how to play guitar, drums, bass. So I just picked it up and disappeared for about a year and a half, practiced 8 hours a day, and then came back.
Sure, I mean, that's really important in today's market of, you know, it's not just about the one genre of music now. We have to kind of like have things crossing over. It's, you know, the general public and the youth are a lot more advanced than what they were 5-10 years ago, and things have got to be messed around with, and it's, you know, it's really applaudable that you have young guys like yourself doing this, and girls obviously as well.
It's mad, yeah. It's the funny thing is, that's how it was like perfect timing. I didn't know, like at the time when I started doing that, it was probably the worst thing for me to do, because Tiny started to break, Chipmunk started to break, so it was like the stuff I was always doing started to work in the mainstream. So I was like, I could go that route, but because I listened to so many bands and so many electronic acts and stuff like that, and I think I was watching a Jay-Z interview, and he was like, the reason why I make this music because of this influence and that, and you can hear it in his music. So I was like, I'm not really representing my influences properly, because I listen to like I take massive inspiration from like Jack White and like Arctic Monkeys and Does It Offend You, Yeah, and all I was doing was rapping. So I kind of had to be true to myself, kind of. And then luckily for me, the market kind of swayed that way, and then kind of worked. So yeah, timing.
Sure, that's great. And I mean, it must have been really bizarre taking yourself back out of the system and learning an instrument and like figuring out, how am I going to pull this off? Is it going to work? And how was that for you, taking that year? Was it a year you took out of everything?
I mean, I was still active, so it was weird, man. I was very unsure about how the public would take it, or even how good or bad it was doing. Like I quickly remade an Arctic Monkeys song, and someone put it on their forum, and it got like 100,000 downloads or something like that. And then Domino, their label, rang me up like, hey, what's going on? I was like, I just did it for free, like I'm not selling it or anything like that. And then that caught the attention of like Kanye West and Linkin Park's manager in LA, and then I had to go out there. And so all that stuff, like while it was going on, even still, until you're playing in front of a vast number of people that actually buy music, those are the important people, you have no idea how good it's going. So all these good things are happening, but I was still like, but I haven't, do you know what I mean, really got stuck into the groundwork. So I still was really nervous, and it was only when the live shows here really started picking up, and that in LA actually as well, like when I started to get actually down and play the guitar and rap, and people could see that and see how they take it, that's when I was a bit more like, this is working.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What's the audience like in LA compared to the audience in the UK? I mean, London, I suppose it's London really, London and being out in LA. Have you done New York at all?
No, just LA and London.
And how was the LA experience?
It was good. I mean, I spent the best part of 2 years there, like back and forth, but like the best part of 2 years there, and I played like loads of things like Viper Rooms and Roxy and all that. But it was weird. I went there with the perception that there'd be an easier crowd, because you know, like the grass is always green on the other side. And after doing like hip hop shows here, I've seen how like hard we are to impress. Like you have to really work to get the crowd going. But so I started off doing shows in LA, and then coming back here, I think it's really about how you interact with the crowd. That's what they give back. So to be honest, there isn't much difference. I haven't found anyway. As long as you're yourself and you show that you're confident, and you're like, yeah, man, I'm here to have a good time. I don't know if you're gonna have a good time, but I am. Then they kind of like, yeah, we are. So yeah, I think as long as you just give that positive energy out, it will come back to you. So I think every crowd should more or less be the same. Don't quote me on that. But
sure. I think you've got to enjoy what you do and want to do it for, obviously it's nerve-wracking a lot of time, but you've got to want to do it and throw yourself into it when it's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
And then the crowd are going to enjoy it, you know. Hopefully what you're doing is good as well, which kind of helps a lot.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm so self-critical, and I always feel like at the end of a show when everyone's like, oh, it was sick, I feel like someone else did the show and I'm just taking all the glory. Right. So I'm like, yeah, thanks. I'm like, what was you listening to? Because I'm just thinking about that note that I hit wrong and stuff. So, but when you're on the stage, there's no time for that. So as insecure as I am, like you have to like be confident and stuff when you're actually in the middle of it. Do you know what I mean? So
it's crazy, isn't it, how you just switch it on?
Yeah.
And then it switches itself off.
Yeah, it's the minute you start walking off the stage, you're like, oh, shit, what happened? I swear it's like a blackout, kind of. Yeah. I only remember little bits of what happens, do you know what I mean? And I don't even drink before I go on, so, yeah.
How do you feel about Jessie J, actually?
Jessie J? Oh, I love Jessie J, man. Like, I've known her for a while.
Me too. I've known her for quite a long time. I'm so surprised she's come out. And when I saw her on the Graham Norton show, I was like, hell, she's out there. And she is a great girl. I really like her.
She always had, like... It was one of those things, like she always had that sick voice. She was like, yeah, you have to, if you don't, then there's something wrong, like you have to make it. And then because she was signed for quite a while, but we was like, what's going on? But the thing is, when I was out in LA, I got to see, oh, she wrote this and she wrote that, so I kind of got a sneak peek of what was gonna happen. Right. So I knew that because she wrote all those songs, I knew that they'll take her serious and stuff. So yeah.
We want to big up Jessie J. We really like her. She is such a sweetheart, isn't she?
Yeah,
such a sweetheart. She's a great girl. What's going on with you at the moment? Immediate future? Anything coming up in London that we can jump down on?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a tour going around all the universities, like starting April, and then I've got nominated for Ones to Watch in the Mobos this year, so I've got that tour to do, and then I'm supporting Ed Sheeran in October on his stadium tour. And we just released the EP, and it went like number 46 in the album charts. So it was the only independent act in the top 200 or something that charted, and that was a bit surprising. But that's like the Overload EP. If you wanna go get that, that would be very, very nice. And yeah, that's what's going on right now.
Good.
Just keeping it moving.
Well, we're going to keep an eye out, and as you say, got to keep it moving. One foot in front of the other. It doesn't get any harder. Doesn't get any easier. You just got to keep moving, haven't you? And it just looks like you're doing so well at the moment, and well done for kind of reinventing yourself. It's really important to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, man, just one foot in front of the other. There's not much like this industry is so indecisive, you know what I mean? All you can do is one foot in front of the other and just slowly keep going, and just hope that things keep progressing the way they are, man. Yeah.
Great. It's nice to see you, yeah, and we'll be catching you later tonight, and you know, we'll be catching you around.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Dirty TV.